Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Double murder in Salt Spring, St. James. The St. James police are investigating a double murder that occurred in Salt Spring, St. James on Thursday afternoon. Preliminary reports from the police are that between 1 p.m. and 1:30 p.m., a man and a woman were fatally shot by unknown assailants in the community. While the police have not ascertained their identity, both are believed to be residents of the community. The incident occurred in the vicinity of the Salt Spring Primary and Infant School while it was in session. Reporters understand that children covered on the tables in fear when they heard explosions. Son charged with murder of mother. 35-year-old Damon Bailey, a mason of Red Hills Road in St. Andrew, has been arrested and charged with the murder following the stabbing death of 54-year-old Marvel Johnson on Walville Avenue in the parish on Monday, October 23. Reports from the Hunts Bay police are that Johnson was visiting the island to attend to her son, who was reportedly behaving boisterously. At about 7:20 a.m., while sitting in one of the bedrooms, Bailey, armed with a knife, reportedly attacked her and inflicted wounds all over her body. She was assisted to hospital where she was pronounced dead. Investigations continue. Bagwalk Gorge reopened. The Bagwalk Gorge in St. Catherine has been reopened after it was closed earlier when a trailer overturned on Thursday. There were no reports of injury. Another stunner. A second man of three charged with the murder of Philip Parswell's 10-year-old daughter and mother, Miss Patterson, is expected to plead guilty to murder and kidnapping in the Supreme Court today. His plea will follow that of another man who on Thursday accepted a deal and pleaded guilty to murder and kidnapping in the double murder that shocked the country and triggered a parallel investigation by the United States Navy Criminal Investigative Service due to the fact that U.S. Navy culinary specialist seaman Leota Bradshaw has been charged in the matter. Bradshaw, who lives in the United States and shared a child with Paulwell, the Member of Parliament for Kingston East and Port Royal, was charged on October 13 with 2 counts of conspiracy to kidnap, 2 counts of conspiracy to murder, 2 counts of kidnapping, and 2 counts of capital murder. Her co-accused 30-year-old graphic designer Roland Balford was charged with conspiracy to murder, conspiracy to kidnapping, and misprision of felon, while Roshan Miller, a 29-year-old air conditioning technician, was slapped with charges of conspiracy to murder, kidnapping, murder, and misprision of felon. Richard Brown, otherwise called Richie, was also charged with conspiracy to murder, conspiracy to kidnapping, and kidnapping. Due to security concerns, the man who took the advantage of a plea deal on Thursday was not named. He was represented by attorneys Valvinita Robertson, King's Counsel, and Rita Allen Brown. On October 14th, reporters reported that Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of crime Fitz Bailey had disclosed at a news conference the previous day that the mother and the baby girl were brutally murdered and their bodies disposed of. He described the case as one of the most painful investigations for the team in recent times. He further stated that when Bradshaw appeared in court at a mentioned hearing on October 13, prosecutors said that the fate of that 27-year-old Patterson had blocked Bradshaw from her social media account did not stop her from traveling here and conspiring with her cousin and co-accused Rolando Bradford to contract men to kidnap and murder the mother and daughter. She learned of the existence of young Paulwell on Wednesday the 5th of September 2023. Having learned of the existence of this child, she contacted Patterson on Facebook and informed her that she was the wife of Mr. Paulwell, and further that she learned of the existence of the young offspring of Mr. Paulwell. Ms. Bradshaw advised Ms. Patterson that a DNA test should be done to determine the paternity of the child. After this brief exchange, the now deceased blocked the accused from her account that very day, as senior prosecutor told the court. The accused, who is domiciled overseas, traveled to Jamaica the very next day, September 6, 2023. The allegations are that she traveled to Jamaica for the sole purpose of killing Ms. Patterson and the young child she shared with her spouse. The Crown's allegations are that the accused, through her cousin and co-accused Roland Balford, contracted men to kidnap and murder Patterson and the baby, the prosecution has further stated. According to prosecutors, Bradshaw met with the men to arrange for the kidnaps and murders. The original plan was to kidnap Patterson and the baby from their home. Bradshaw paid the men the equivalent of $100,000 in U.S. currency as down payment for the execution of the crime. The remainder of the funds, $400,000, was to be paid after the completion of the deal, the prosecution stated. In preparation to execute their contract, the men, the court was told, went to the Gilmore Drive address in St. Andrew, where Patterson lived, during the night of Wednesday, September 6, 2023, to scope out the area. They also went to the home where Bradshaw was staying in Stonehill, St. Andrew. A further meeting was held on Thursday, September 7, 2023, to discuss the execution of the plan the court heard. Prosecutors said that on Sunday, September 9, Bradshaw placed several calls and conversed with Patterson with a view to lure her away from her premises. She afterwards arrived at Patterson's home at approximately 7 a.m. that fateful day. Evidentiary material shows Patterson exiting her premises and entering an SUV parked at her gate along with her baby. Evidentiary material showed that she remained in her vehicle for over 15 minutes. The vehicle then drove off and left the area approximately 7:22 a.m. Patterson and Sahara never exited the vehicle prior to its leaving, the prosecution told the presiding Supreme Court Judge, Justice Simone Wolf-Rees. The count's case is that Bradshaw took Patterson to Stony Hill in the vicinity of the home where she, Bradshaw, was staying. At this location, the accused handed over Patterson and the young child to Richard Brown and other persons who are yet to be apprehended. After this, Patterson and her young child were taken to Warwick Hill, where they were shot and killed and their bodies burned, the court was told. Bradshaw has been remanded until a further hearing scheduled for December 1. She is represented by attorneys Deborah Martin and Kelly Hamilton. 3 men charged for robbery in St. Thomas. 3 men have been arrested and charged with robbery with aggravation and receiving stolen property following an incident on Morant Road in St. Thomas on Thursday, October 19. Charged are 41-year-old Gregory Lumsden, a laborer of Phillips Avenue, licensed in St. Thomas, 26-year-old Maria Powell, a painter of 4th Street, and 29-year-old Maria Coburn, a footballer of 2nd Street, Kingston 12. Reports from the Morant Bay Police are that about 9:15 p.m., a woman was on her veranda when 3 men wearing masks approached her. One was armed with a handgun and the other with a knife. The armed man with the gun pointed it at her and demanded her Samsung Galaxy S10 cellular phone valued at US $500. He also ordered her bag that valued US $80, to which she complied. On hearing the commotion, another female went outside, where one of the 2 men held her with a knife and took her green Samsung Galaxy A14 valued at US $200. The men then escaped in the area. Acting on information, the police saw all 3 accused in the licensed area and stopped them. Lumsden, who is known to the police, ran, while the other 2 men were arrested. Search and properties that were reportedly stolen were found in their possession. Lumsden was later arrested at his home, a search conducted, and other stolen items retrieved. All 3 men were charged after a question and answer session with their attorneys. Their court date is being finalized. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell